Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Before I start today's video, please subscribe to Joy of Being a Homemaker and press the bell icon so that you don't miss any notification whenever I upload a video. Let's start today's video. Today I'm going to show you how to efficiently organize a kitchen cabinet into a pantry. I use this cabinet above my countertop as my pantry. And now let's see how I organized it. This is the overview of the whole cabinet. In the first row, I have this white bin that I got from dollar store. As you can see, I like to label all my bins so that it will be easy to see and grab things. In this bin, I store all my whole garam masalas. Instead of putting them in a bag, I got these small mason jars from Walmart. They come in a set of 6. I use these mason jars because they keep the items fresh for a very long time. And I also store food colors in this bin. And I grab this whole bin whenever I prepare biryanis at home. And the next bin here is a snack bin. I keep all my open snacks in this bin. Whenever I open a packet, I make sure I store them back in a Ziploc so that they stay fresh for a very long time. And if the food item has an expiry date, I write it down on the Ziploc with a marker. And I also store some cookies in this cookie jar. My son likes to have cookies with milk in the evening, so I store them in here. And coming to the second row, I have this clear handle bin which I use to store all my powder masalas. I have a packet of sambar powder, puliyogare, and also egg curry masala. And I also store some of them in Ziplocs if they have a longer shelf life. And for few spices, what I do is I take them out of the boxes and I store them into a bag. And if you don't have a label maker, what you can do is cut the name from the box, and using a double-sided tape you can stick that to the bag as shown here. And the next box here is a tea box from dollar store again. I store all my tea bags in this box along with a tea strainer. And I use this Ziploc to store my loose tea. And in the back, I also store Indian tea box and honey because whenever I have green tea, I drink it with a dash of honey in it. So I keep them all at one place. And the next bin is for all my spices that I use for tadka. And in the third row, I have these two deep black fabric bins from Walmart. In the first bin, I store all my big snack bags. And right next to that, in this bin, I store all my big breakfast items. And if you don't have Ziplocs to store big items, what I do is I cut the plastic bag that they come in and I double fold that part, and using a bag clip or a binder clip I secure and store them. In this way they don't occupy much space. And in the fourth row, in this bin I store all my pulses. And I love these bins. They are very deep. You can store a lot of items in this bin. If you have seen my puja cabinet organization, I use these bins in that cabinet as well. And right next to that bin are these big canisters with all-purpose flour and rice flour. And this is how I organize this kitchen cabinet. And opposite to this, I also have a small corner pantry cabinet. I'll show you how I organized it. As it is in the corner of the kitchen, the shape of the pantry is weird and none of the bins I purchased fit here. In the bottom, I store potatoes and onions in this 2-tier rack that I got from India, and above that I store my fruits, and on the top of it I store my wheat flour in this glass jar. And above that I store all my oils and condiments in this blue bin. And on the top I have these canisters in which I store nuts in this blue box, and cornflakes and podi that I use in our breakfast in this too. And that is how I organize my pantry. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up and please don't forget to subscribe.